Hello everybody, thanks for tuning in Plan with Kristen. I'm doing a Q&A. I asked you guys to ask me questions. I had one person ask me on Twitter and most of them are on Instagram. I don't get a lot of questions on Twitter. People follow me on Twitter, but I don't have nearly as much as the followers I do on Instagram. Let's get right into it because there's a lot of questions and I don't want to be here all day. First I'm going to start with the frequently asked questions that I get off and on all the time. So hopefully this will answer some of your questions. I will link the first Q&A that I did a couple of months ago down here. And there's also some other resourceful videos like my washi collection, my office tour, and the planners that I use. So look at those and let's get started. Question I get asked quite a bit is, will I try any other planner system in 2017? I'm not opposed to trying different planners. As of now, I see myself using the Happy Planner till the end of time. But I mean, if something were to come around and blow me away, then I would have no problem switching over. You know, as much as I love Mambi and the Happy Planner products, I am not this loyal person who doesn't use another planner. Obviously, I use different types of planners every single day. But I mean, something would have to like wow me in order for me to go away from Happy Planner. There's a lot of factors that go into that. So I don't plan on it, but you never know. When did I get into planning? I get this question quite a bit. And when did I get into planning? I got a planner where I wanted to start planning June of last year, but I didn't get heavily into it until I got the Happy Planner, which was October of last year. So almost a year. So that's when I really got into it. How many planners do I have? I think I have about 15 or 16 now. Yeah, because I've gotten some, you know, a couple of new planners, whatever. That's all together. I only use 4, you know, every single day or mostly every single day. So if you want to know what planners I use, look at the video down below. Where do I buy my planner supplies? I get 98% of my planner supplies come from Michael's. It's the store. They take coupons. Customer service is great. Always have items in stock. I never have a problem with my local Michael's stores. I get a couple things at Hobby Lobby, like the horizontal planner for the Happy Planner and the Planner Basics. I don't really shop at Hobby Lobby too much. One, I live way too far away from Hobby Lobby. Two, Hobby Lobby's whole belief system when it comes to, you know, religion and all that stuff and birth control, I just don't agree with. Another one I get a lot of is, how do I feel about bullet journaling? It's not for me. One channel that I do love watching on here is Study IGN. She does bullet journaling. A girl that I follow on Instagram, her name is Recollections Designs, I believe, Recollections Designs. She does bullet journaling and I love her spread. Let me see, make sure yes, rebel.lux.designs. She's really awesome. She does bullet journaling. It's not for me because I'm a person where I'd rather have a calendar that's already printed. I'm not into the whole index and all that stuff. I think it would be more stressful for me to do bullet journaling, but I love watching people do bullet journaling because I'm always intrigued by it and whatnot. So yeah, those are my frequently asked questions. So I'm going to get to a question that was asked on Twitter, which is from Darian, who is Princess D_08_. She asks, what advice would you give to someone who wants to start a planner blog? I say go for it. That's the best advice I can do. If it's something you really want to do, go for it. That's with any blogging, whatever type you want to blog, whatever blog you want to have. I say go for it and don't worry so much about analytics, and that's, you know, your comments and when people, you know, the only time you should worry about analytics is to see when your audience is engaging in your posts. I don't look at how many comments I have. And the same goes for YouTube. I don't care about how many likes I have on a video, how many comments or whatever. My thing, I just look at my analytics, and that's to show me what time of day people are looking at my stuff, what days people view my stuff the most. That kind of helps me figure out when I need to post and when people don't. I mean, just go for it, you know, because if you get into blogging or YouTube for the sole fact of, you know, I want to see how many comments or likes I can get, you're in it for the wrong reason. Of course, we want people to acknowledge our work and we want people to comment on our work and like our work, you know, that's why you put yourself out there. But just go for it. Just go for it and do what you want to do. That's my biggest piece of advice I can give you. So let's get on to Instagram, where all the other questions came. Planner Newbie on Instagram, Planner Newbie 1992 says, have you ever thought about doing a giveaway on your YouTube channel or Instagram? I've thought about it. It's not something that I don't want to do. I did want to do one when I got to 2,500 followers on Instagram. And that's when I was still working. That's when I was still working. It's not that I'm just this broke person who can't go out and buy planner supplies. It just doesn't make sense to do it for a giveaway at this time. So once I have some just disposable income where I can just, blow it on planner supplies, I will do a giveaway. I did plan on doing one, but it's not like I haven't thought about it. I have thought about it, and when I do, you will all be the first to know. Tiffany, who is Chic Tiff on Instagram, we've known each other for years, way before I had my planner Instagram. And she says, I'm just getting into planning, so I would like to know, what are your must-haves or starters for planning? My must-have list is probably very, very short when it comes to planning. Have a planner that works for you, whatever type of planner that is, however expensive or inexpensive that is. Get a good pen. No, it can be cheap, it can be expensive, as long as it's a good pen that works for you. My must-haves for me are washi tape. You may not even want washi tape. For me, my must-haves are washi tape and functional stickers. And functional means like if a sticker that says to do, to buy, important, all that stuff, checklist, functional stickers. I don't take away from my planning. Those are my must-haves. I don't have a long must-have list, and that's funny that she asked this question because I do have a video and a post coming up on my planner must-haves list, and I think the list is about this long. And then she also asked, what are your ideas on pens when planning? My favorite pen to use is probably the Papermate Inkjoy pen. I really love that. It's a gel pen. It glides very, very, very smoothly. I really love it. Another one, I like the Pilot Friction and the Pilot Acroballs. My thing is that I am not loyal to one pen. I use Staedtlers for a really, really long time, so I do love fine tips. Just get a pen that works. And so I have a lot of different pens that I use for different reasons, or whenever I'm in the mood, but just get a good pen. I stick with black ink. I don't really use blue ink. I don't really use colored ink. I did last week on my spread because I had a rainbow spread going on, but I just stick with black ink. I just think it looks better, in my opinion, and it goes with everything. She also asked, any favorite online shops or stores for planning accessories? I don't really do online shopping. I know Tiffany does a lot of online shopping. I don't really do online shopping. It depends on, I think Tiffany's more of a minimalist planner. She doesn't get into planning even like I do, even though I'm not a person who decorates a lot. But I really like the Mamby shop. I've ordered from them once because I get most of their products in stores, but they have really great customer service. And you can get functional stickers from them, obviously. If you're a fan of the Happy Planner, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of functional stickers. I love them because they have really great shipping time. But other than that, I don't really buy products online when it comes to planning. I usually just go to the store because I am an instant gratification type of person. Agnifique, which is Agnefique, she asked, have you ever tried a planner subscription box? I have not. And the reason I haven't is because to me it seems like planner subscription boxes are geared towards people who do a lot of decorating, which I don't. So to me it would be a waste of money. Now give me a planner subscription box that is functional stickers or washi tape and some pens. I'd be all over it. I think they're great for people who want to spend a little bit of money but get a bang for your buck. I think that's great. I'm not a person who does like card stocks and decorate and uses like paper clips so there were decorations on them. I'm not the type of person. But I think it's great for anyone who wants to try a subscription box, maybe get some products they never thought of buying, but they like them. So I think they're good for that. But no, I have not tried one. Paper Tokens asked me a few questions, which I'm glad I have, ask as many questions as you want. She said, how did you set up a blog and social media schedule? The actual blog and social media, I don't really have a blog as far as like Instagram and Twitter goes. Sometimes I post 5 pictures a day, sometimes I post 10, sometimes I post 1. It just depends. I don't really have a schedule for that. I do know that I post every single day. So that's my goal, to post something every single day, whether it's 10 pictures or 1. As far as blogging, that schedule kind of came by accident because when I was getting back into blogging, when my Instagram started picking up, I was kind of thinking about, okay, when do I need to post on my blog? So I started researching like how often you should blog. It just depends on what you blog about, because you can get away with blogging once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, every single day, multiple times a day, whatever. I'm not a person who's gonna blog every single day. It's just not me. On my blog, I blog no less than 3 times a week. I know my weekly spreads are gonna go up every single Monday, so I knew that I didn't want to go longer than 2 days of a blog post. So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday there's gonna be a blog post. And then I don't post anything on the weekends. For videos, I knew I wanted to have a video correspond with sometimes I don't always have a video that corresponds with a blog post, or vice versa, whatever, because sometimes things don't need to be written out. I can just do a quick video. So I knew that I wanted to do a video the day after a blog post. So my videos are always Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. I don't do any blog work or video work on Tuesday. Sometimes I may film, but as far as posting, I don't do that. And this kind of came by accident. I knew that doing videos Tuesdays and Thursdays wasn't really working at the times I was working, and that's just how it kind of came about. It just kind of came by accident. And my thing is this: be consistent. If you only want to do a blog post once a week, pick a day that you want to do it. And the same with videos, pick a day that you want to do it, and try to stick with that schedule. I always say, if you have a busy schedule, film a couple of videos in a day, do a couple of blog posts in a day. A lot of times when you see videos that I've done, I usually do them a few days before and then schedule them to upload. That's just my biggest piece of advice, is just find what works for you and try to stick with a consistent schedule, because like clockwork, I have blog posts up Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and videos Thursday and Saturday. She also asked, did you get inspired by other planners? If so, will you share who they are? Miss Trenchcoat, who's Alexis here on YouTube, who's Miss Trenchcoat here on YouTube, before I changed how I plan, I binge watched a bunch of her videos. And she's more into the productive planning. She doesn't really do any decorating at all. And I do washi and functional stickers, but she purely functional, and she's what made me realize I had to change the way that I plan. So I really love her videos. She also does a lot of productivity videos. She's a business owner, so she knows what she's talking about. Another planner person that I really love, like I mentioned, Rebel Lux Designs. I love her. I really love Serena, who is Study IGN here on YouTube, and the same on Instagram. She does a lot of bullet journaling. I love her videos. She's a high school student, and she's a lot more organized than me. But I really like her videos because she's purely functional, but I'm always inspired by those 3 girls, because they basically say, this is my planner, and it is the plan, and it's going to be functional, and that's basically what it is. I'm trying to think of anybody else. I do love exo.mamaplans, same here on YouTube and on Instagram. She does full on decorating. Like, she does way more decorating than I do, but I love how into it she is when she does her videos. Like, her handwriting is really cute. She goes all out on her spreads. So I'm inspired by the dedication. Not so much by the decoration, because I don't do that, but I really love how all of her spreads are completely different, and it looks awesome, even though it's not my style. Then she says, how do you stick with a blog and social media schedule when you're busy with work and family life? I was still trying to find a balance when I was working, when it came to blogging and then versus work versus family. So I can't really speak on it, but my thing is this, I have 2 daughters and a husband, so I have to balance between that personal, which is like just time for myself away from all the social media and blogging stuff, and how I balance that is just my daughters are in school, so I try to have my personal time and do my blogging time while they're at school, whether it's taking a nap, because that is personal time, that's self-care, watching a movie, watching a TV show, whatever, and then I try to knock my videos out in the morning while they're at school, and then once they get home, it is dealing with my husband, dealing with my kids, and dinner time and all of that. So, I haven't had a kid that hasn't been in school in years, so I don't know how to I wasn't doing this when my children were very small, so I don't really have any advice for that. But it's all about that's why I have a planner, to plan out what I need to do. So I say sit down, figure out when your busiest times are, when your busiest days, when you have downtime, figure out how much downtime you have, and then just go from there. She says, I want to have, these are from the same girl anyway, just so you know. She says, I want to have multiple planners for different and distinct areas of my life, work versus home versus hobby, etc. But I worry if I have too many, I will lose track. How do you stay organized and keep track of all the dates? I use 4 planners. Like the Happy Planner is my life planner. Everything that going on in my life goes in that planner, which is why it's so huge. And then I have the Recollections, which is my wallet. It's also my personal, like my blog and social media and YouTube does not go in there. The Day Designer is my routine planner, and the Sugar Paper is my pre-planner. So they're all the same a little bit, but they're different, if that makes sense. My thing is this: if you go to school and you have a full-time school schedule, if you have to go to work and have a full-time work schedule, yeah, personal, my best advice is to keep 3 separate planners. The reason I say that is because if you keep everything separate, you're going to be more organized, as crazy as that sounds. Or if you do want to put them in one planner, use different inks. And the reason why I recommend different planners is because, say you want to go to school, you don't want to have to worry about rummaging through your planner to find all this, what's about school, and then go to work and work. If you have a work planner, take the work planner to work. If you have a school planner, take the school planner to school, and just go from there. You can even also have another planner which is a bullet point list where it says refer to work planner, refer to school planner. I did that at one point, but it just didn't work for me. But if you want to go that route, you can. I say just use 3 different planners and go up, because I can guarantee you're going to get lost in everything if you try to put everything in one planner. Some people can work like that. I can't. I would need, 3 or 4 different planners depending on how many subjects I needed. Then she says, I thought it was awesome that you shared about your future goal of having a small business for paper goods. It would be fun to learn more about what made you want to and what future plans for that. I've loved stationery probably longer than I've loved planning, and I've always loved it. And how many of us go to the store and want to find cute stationery and we can't find it? I love pastels, so I've always, when I got into planning, maybe about a few months ago, I thought I really want to have the stationery line. So, my goal is to have like notebooks, pencils, Post-its, page flags, like those 4 things, just starting off. And what made me want to do it is just because I just have a love of stationery and I have a love of pastel colors. So I want to, put those 2 together and do it. I still want to do it, which is, even though I'm not working, I have a goal, which is what's going to make me really go out and get a job and just start from there. I don't want to go to a bank. I want to fund it all myself. That way, if my business falls through, I have nobody to pay back. I do want to get it up and running within the next, I say, year and a half. It's going to take a while because you got to save money. You got to think of a plan, how you want to go about it. You don't just want to say, hey, I want to start a business, and all of a sudden, that's it. I got to write out a business plan. Even though I'm not presenting it to anybody, I need to write out a business plan of how much I want to spend, how much supplies are going to cost, and go from there. But I can guarantee you, when I find out, y'all will be the first to know. That was from Paper Tokens, all those questions I just read. Dare_2, says, what is the average time you spend on a video? Brainstorming, planning, taping, editing, upload. If I put all those together, I say about 3 hours. Because I actually thought about that. That's why I answered so quick, because I actually thought about that before I answered the question. Brainstorming for me, a lot of times brainstorming, when I think of a video idea, it kind of just comes to me. I don't really have to think about it too much. Planning it is not really that big of a deal, because I just usually do it in the morning. Recording it is probably the easiest part. Editing and uploading take the longest. Filming it can take anywhere from 20 minutes. Uploading can take a good hour. So I guess about 3 hours. But it usually is broken up, so usually I'll film and then edit on a different day and then upload a different day. It just really depends. She says, what lighting do you use in a video? Sometimes I take a simple picture and it's too dark. So I wonder, I use sunlight. I don't buy like the ring lights and because if this were my job where I was making a ton of money, I need to pay my bills, absolutely I would buy lights. But something that's just a hobby for me that I really just love doing, I just use sunlight. My best advice is, see how I'm sitting in front of a window? It's pretty bright. Film and that type of lighting. I edit my videos in iMovie, so sometimes I'll have to bring the brightness up or bring it down. When I take pictures, I use my Canon EOS Rebel T5i, and I will edit them in Lightroom. So sunlight is your best bet because you're going to get the best color. She says, I know you have an office for planning, but do you also have planning supplies in other areas? 98% of my planning supplies are in my office. I do have a box in my closet that has a bunch of stuff that I'm just not using, but stuff I don't want to get rid of. That's basically what it is. So mostly everything I use is in my office. New_2_planning_world asked 2 questions. Are all your planning supplies in your office area, even the ones you regret? Yes. Ironically, the ones I don't regret are not even in my office. They're in a box. I just don't use them right now. And then the last question is, sorry, hit too soon. Once you okay. Or regret or don't use anymore. No, they're in the office. Like going back to the last question, they are in a box in my closet. It's just like a bunch of the sticky notes and page flags that Maddie came out with. I'm just not using them at the time, but they're in there because I do need to use them in like the folders that Maddie comes to the Happy Planner. I'm not using those right now. And there's some other stuff in there that I'm just not using right now. So that's where they are. They are in the closet. So I think that's all the questions. That is all the questions. These were good questions. I like answering them. So yes, I hope you did enjoy this video. If you have any questions that I didn't answer in this video, leave them down below and I will see you all next time. Bye.